Korean writing system is said to be the easiest and most logical in the world to learn. At first glance though, it looks like a bunch of sticks and circles all jumbled together that you're supposed to be able to read and communicate with. Like what? Similar to Japanese and Chinese, these are made up of different strokes. However, unlike Chinese, the Korean language has an alphabet, which is great news because once you get the basics of the alphabet down, although it's still a difficult language to learn, it does simplify the process to some degree and lays a crucial foundation that you will need for the rest of your Korean language learning journey. But the real question of today is, can you learn the whole Korean alphabet in 1 hour? And because I can't pass up a good challenge, I had to put this to the test. So we're going to start the timer and get going. My strategy for doing this was rather simple. I found a video on YouTube, ironically, that walked through the whole entire Korean alphabet and gave an explanation for each component. I found this super helpful because not only could I see them visually, I also could get the correct pronunciation and the sounds that they are supposed to make. And then there were also additional exercises with each one, so you could put them together, the vowels and consonants, and make all of the different sounds that you need to know as a foundation. Also, since this was the very first time I had ever laid eyes on the Korean alphabet and heard the different sounds, I decided to help out the visual side of my learning and make a chart. I actually made a couple of charts. One of them was going along with the video I was watching. The other one was a chart that I found and will use for practice later on. But just to get my bearings, I needed to have something to see visually. So in the Korean alphabet, which is called hangul, there are basic vowels, there are combined vowels, basic consonants, and double consonants. This makes a total of 40 altogether. Once you know the 24 basic vowels and basic consonants, the rest makes sense and is easier to learn. This is the chart that I ended up making with the basic vowels, the combined vowels, the basic consonants, and double consonants. And then once you get those down, you move on to combining them. So you have a consonant and a vowel, or a consonant and a vowel plus an inconsonant, and so forth and so on. Thankfully, the video was an hour, so all of that knowledge was gained within the hour. Now, I can't say that I memorized all of the vowels and consonants within that hour, but it did provide such a better understanding and foundation of the Korean alphabet, especially coming from knowing absolutely nothing, because after just that 1 hour of going through the alphabet, the vowels and consonants, I can now look at the Korean language and it makes a lot more logical sense. Like, you can see the words and you can tell how eventually you will be able to sound them all out and read them. And it is much different from Chinese, where you have to know every single individual character. And if you don't know a character, then you're pretty much lost. This, you can at least kind of get your bearings in sounding out the words. So I think that is really cool. But for further study, I will definitely be using this extra chart that I made with the vowels and the consonants to use for writing practice or combining vowels and consonants and making the different sounds, etc. I will also put in the description some of the resources that I used for learning the Korean alphabet, but even if you only have an hour to spend, it is definitely worth it because it will expand your understanding so much and make you feel a lot more comfortable with the language and give you the confidence needed to continue on. So I'm really excited. I never thought that I would embark on trying to learn Korean, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where it will go. Thank you so very much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you wish. Good luck in all of your language studies, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.